Imagine the world around you ceasing to exist, leaving you in a bubble of isolation. This is the chilling reality in Daniel Dornell's tale, Cuarentena. The story plunges us into the world of the protagonist, trapped in a relentless quarantine, battling the shadows of solitude. The tale weaves a fine thread, spinning a cocoon of isolation that tests the protagonist's sanity to its limits. As the days turn into weeks, then months, the line between reality and the mind's chimeras begins to blur. The protagonist wrestles with the creeping tendrils of madness, desperately clinging to the remnants of a world they once knew. It's a compelling narrative that echoes the struggle of a lone character on a theater stage battling unseen foes. Just like a theatrical play, Cuarentena takes us on an emotional rollercoaster. But how similar are they really? The theater, a dynamic world of live performances, offers a stark contrast to the static, confined space in Cuarentena. Picture the theater, the hush of anticipation as the curtain rises, the palpable energy of a live audience, the drama unfolding on a physical stage. Each scene is a dance between characters, their interactions unspooling in real time, their emotions raw and immediate. There's an inherent electricity, a vitality that crackles through the air in a theater, a sensory experience that is largely absent in the solitude of Cuarentena. But let's delve deeper. Does the theater not also present a form of isolation? Each character is confined to their role, bound by the script, and the stage becomes their world, just as the protagonist in Cuarentena is confined to his. Yet beneath the surface, Cuarentena and a theatrical play share a common thread. Curious, let's unravel it together. The shared essence of Cuarentena and a theatrical play lies in their ability to manipulate our perception of reality. Delving deeper into this shared essence, we find that both mediums masterfully play with our understanding of what's real and what's not. In Cuarentena, the protagonist's reality becomes increasingly distorted as isolation takes hold, a scenario that mirrors the illusionary world crafted within a theatrical play. Look at how the protagonist's experience in Cuarentena unfolds. The lines between reality and illusion blur, drawing us into a world where we're left questioning our own perceptions. We, the readers, are not passive observers. Instead, we are invited to actively interpret the protagonist's experiences, to empathize with their solitude, and to grapple with the unsettling distortions of reality that isolation can impose. Now let's turn our attention to a theatrical play. Here, the audience is presented with a carefully crafted illusion, a narrative that unfolds in real time on stage. Yet, the audience is not merely a passive spectator. They play an active role in shaping the narrative, their reactions and interpretations adding layers of meaning to the performance. In both Cuarentena and a theatrical play, we find a shared exploration of the human experience, a mirror held up to our own realities. Each medium invites us to question, to interpret, and ultimately to understand the world from different perspectives. In both cases, we are left questioning what is real and what is merely a figment of our imagination. It's the final curtain call, but the echoes of Cuarentena and the theatrical play linger on. In both narratives, we observe themes of isolation and the distortion of reality, serving as a mirror to our own lives. The protagonist in Cuarentena finds himself in a state of quarantine, much like an actor on a stage, isolated and under the spotlight. His reality, like that of a performer, is subjected to interpretation, both his own and that of the audience. Yet, Cuarentena is not a simple tale of isolation. It delves into the internal struggles of the protagonist, showcasing his battle against the confines of his own mind. It forces us to question, how often do we wrestle with our own thoughts, our own imagined realities? This tale goes beyond the physical isolation we often associate with a quarantine. It explores the mental isolation that can occur when one's reality becomes distorted, when the line between the real and the imagined is blurred. It's a journey into the protagonist's psyche, a journey that many of us embark on, consciously or unconsciously. In the end, Cuarentena and a theatrical play are not merely stories to be consumed. They are experiences to be lived, to be reflected upon. They challenge our perception of reality and push us to question the boundaries of our own minds. As we exit the theater of our minds, we are left with a haunting question. How often do we, like the protagonist in Cuarentena, blur the line between reality and imagination?